to Greater Sergeant Holman, Staff Sergeant Tom Zach. All right, show them respect, and they will show you respect. All right, a little bit of orientation to the site. Okay, directly to my right, your left is the practice site. Where your specialist Langford is, that's gonna be the retrain site come test week. Directly behind you is your candidate holding area. Okay, you will not eat MREs in there, you will not smoke in there. If you have to do either of those, they'll be across the road. Okay, and you will pack your trash out to include cigarette butts. All right, you have your task condition standard boards here. Your other task condition standard board for your retrain site is over there. Directly behind you across the road, if you see the T1, that is where your testing site will be. At no point in time during this week or next week should you be over there. Cool? Cool. All right, here we go. P10, all right, transmit a spot report with the tactical man pack radio. Be sure you take good notes, all right? If you don't have a book, or if you have a book, we are P7 in the book, all right? It's a misprint, but we are P10. All right, task. Assemble and load communication security ComSec into a tactical man pack or vehicle mounted radio. Program it for both line of sight and satellite voice communications. Then conduct a line of sight radio check. Use the radio to transmit your spot report. Conditions: you are a member of a team who have been directed to prepare your radio for operations in a non-CBRN environment. Next, you have moved to an observation post, Sergeant Holman is, and you are witnessing enemy operations. Intelligence reporting gives the size of your target. We will give you size, so that's either going to be height or width. Okay. Standard: assemble, load, and program the radio and conduct a line of sight radio check within 5 minutes. Correctly transmit a spot report in sequence using proper radio telephone pronunciation, RTO, and procedures within 10 minutes. Station requirements, all right? You will have a calibrated compass, mil reticle binos, a stable platform to view your target, a 10-digit candidate location, a protractor, a military map with declination diagram, a blank piece of laminated paper, alcohol pins, a basic calculator, and an eraser. All right, for this lane we're going to be using scaled down targets. We give you the actual inches so that it portrays actual distance. All right, so actual inches to the target so that we get a realistic distance to target. Okay, all right, we're going to now move into the demonstration portion of this lane. So Sergeant Holman will be my candidate, Sergeant Tom Zach will be my grader, and we're going to walk it through step by step what this lane should look like so there's no confusion come test week. All right, you guys can bring it closer if you want so you can get a better eye on it. Horseshoe all the way around here, all the way around. Come in the front if you would like. Just don't stand in front of Sergeant Holman. Hey, so check it out, right? You're gonna get something like this, okay? This is gonna be your SOI card. It has your candidate location, right? 10-digit to include the 1 Flower Sierra Papa Juliet, okay? It has which freak you're going to use depending on your site. It has your call sign, white 2. You're gonna be calling up to white Flower, all right? Down here, it has all targets that you may see while on P10, their inches, okay? All right, and then your known constant is going to be 25.4. 25.4. Your known constant is 25.4.
All right, so first thing you're gonna do, you have 5 minutes to do this first time standard, right? You're gonna assemble your radio, load it with the SKL, get a radio check. You get your radio check in about 5 minutes, you're good to go. The way I like to do it, throw this Johnny in there, plug it in, immediately turn it to load. Let that thing fire up for you. Come in here. Down. Good enough. This Johnny on.
So identifying the UAS is the first step. Once identified,
you guys will notice there's 2 ports over here on the right. The SKL will only fill the radio on the top, right? It says audio fill. The bottom one is audio data. So when you connect your hand mic, I recommend just doing it on the bottom, off rip. That way you don't forget that when you go to your SKL. Your SKL is going to be logged in, right? You guys are probably just going to need to get reps on this. I can explain it. You go to equipment, go to RT, then up in the top right, there's a little load button, right? You press load, non-icon transfer. There's like a little highlight, you press OK. Now it's time to connect. You should see when you're on load, it says fill 1 on that radio, right? This does not have ComSec in it. We're gonna fix that right now. Connect your Whiskey 4. Press next. It's gonna give you instructions here. Just press send, as it says. It's gonna say press load, stow 1. Load, stow 0. Load, and this part it's not going to show you because it kind of cuts off, but the final step of this is stow 1. Boom. It's going to ask you if you want to reload it. No, you just loaded it, right? Operation successful. Okay. Done. Disconnect your SKL. Then, I'm going to look at my little SOI. Alright, wants to be on single channel, ciphertext 33500. It's too easy. Go in and change my settings to single channel, ciphertext, frequency, clear, 33500, stow. Now I can get my radio checked. White Fowler, this is White 2, radio check over.
White 2, this is White Fowler. That's your name of Charlie. How many?
Too easy.
Alright. You have 5 minutes to do that task. Any questions?
It took him 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so there's ample time to be able to complete that task.
Questions on that? Alright. Now, once you properly fill your radio and you get a radio check, you will move on to conducting your spot report, alright? So I need you two to either stand left or right of him. Alright. So we're all on the same page, okay? All azimuths were pulled from the kneeling position, cheek method, okay? All azimuths pulled, kneeling position, cheek method. You're authorized to come up to a knee as you need to conduct whatever you need to identify and build your spot report, but it will be sent in the prone position, all right? And he'll demonstrate what I'm talking about.
So, I can identify my target, right? On P2, I'm going to be using the right one. That's a tank. I'm going to start by reading it through the binos. I'm going to be looking at the width, right? Because I have the width in inches, so I need the width in mils for what I see. Alright, I'm at 15 mils, so I'm just going to write that down. Alright. Then I'm going to pull my azimuth. There's many ways to do this part, many orders to do it. This is just the way I like to. Alright, got 280 mil or degrees. I got my distance and my mils. Now I'm gonna do my handy dandy math to get the actual distance to that target, right? Which is going to be the target size in inches over here. So it's an M1 Abrams 264 times 25.4. That's your constant. You're not given that other than now. So 25.4. Remember that. Now I'm gonna divide that by the mils that I see and use my handy calculator. Get my answer. 264 times 25.4. Divide that by the 15 mils. That gives me a distance of 447 meters. So we'll call it 450. Now I can go to my map. I see my location is 975225. Go ahead and plot myself. Alright, it's me. And I'm at 280 degrees. I'll go ahead and make my mark. We're at 280. Make a nice little azimuth line on here.
This will be your practice area to practice through.
And then, using the scale on my protractor, I'll go 450 meters away from myself along that azimuth line to plot my target. That grid. You guys only need to give us a 6-digit grid. Alright. Now I have the pertinent information. I know what it is. I know the grid. I'm going to flip over to the back. I'm going to begin filling out my transmission. Alright, this is where this acronym comes into play. Do, salute, ANA. DU, salute, ANA. I like to just write that on the side.
You guys should all write that down. That'll help remember the spot report.
Keeps it nice and organized. The first thing, so I don't just rub it off and forget it, I'm going to write that grid down under the L for location, right? 971226. And don't forget your grid zone identifier. Okay. So going through that acronym, right, the D is the date time group that you're sending it. So with that said, that should be the very last line you fill out on your paper.